Yo, what's up, guys? We're gonna go over SPY, AMC, and GameStop because things are looking really good now that we crossed resistance. Like this one is pretty much confirmed on SPY. It is something we were expecting here prior to the move. We were tracking AMC's blue pattern, and let's go ahead and pull that up here and show you guys why I really like pattern analysis here, taking other patterns from other stocks or the stock within itself just on a different time period and using that stock as reference to be able to track the next coming moves. It's a way to predict the next moves that happen in the market. So in this case, we were tracking AMC's blue pattern. We were tracking a bunch of different patterns, but the one that came out to be the closest related here to SPY ended up being the blue pattern. So you can see here, we had that nice push to the upside here. All the levels are tracking the same. I tell everyone, the further out you zoom, the better it's going to be. Not paying attention to the micro chart, just pay attention to the actual levels it's hitting. And right now, we are very close to that 405 range. We're about 8 cents away. And so I still see a continuation up to 410 potentially tomorrow. And there you're going to see that moving average is going to look the same way. On the daily chart, we do have a blue spot, which is good. You guys know how the spots indicator works. Whenever you have a blue spot, bullish. Pink spot is bearish. It works like many other indicators out there. When you do have a cross, this one has cycle parameters, so that's what sets it apart a little bit from the other crossover indicators. But here we have a cross, then a rejection right away, and then a continuation to the upside. So again, we're going to trade sideways up here probably for a week or two after next going into next week. And I think that is when we're going to see AMC, GameStop, and all these other stocks rally before the market takes a small breather back down. I don't think this is going to be. I do believe the bottom is potentially in, and I think if anything, we would trade sideways for quite some time here in the markets before everything starts to actually start coming back up. So let's go ahead and talk about AMC for a little bit now that we do have this SPY breakout confirmation here on that. All right, so the AMC earlier on live, I did talk about the current setup we're in right now, which is a wedge. Okay, so this wedge here, pretty straightforward. It's bouncing off of these walls, and we are coming up to potentially on the point of interest that we have right now on AMC is going to be that $12 level. Not only do we have resistance here, we also have resistance right over here. And what happens when both intersect with each other? Okay, well, not only do you have a parallel channel in this range, we're just bouncing back and forth, but now we also have a wedge down here, okay? So that's pretty bullish. This is just TA, like simple TA. When you apply everything else to it, we do have Elliott wave, okay? And these are the little projector patterns that I call here in the market. So it'd be Elliott wave, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and not only do we have this setup here, but the point of interest that we're tracking on AMC right now is we start to enter this period, this 2-week window where there's volatility, right, in the market. So here is where we can experience this potential push to the upside, and I think AMC's been doing pretty good at sustaining the current levels, not crossing below 5. So that's bullish for AMC, I think, for the shorter term setup, and a continuation to the upside here with the entire market next week. So remember, 2 to 3 is the largest impulse wave here. It's the one that typically has the strongest push. Sometimes 4 to 5 can get very close, and they are sometimes they're competing against each other, right, on which one's going to have the bigger push. If 5 ends up having the bigger push, at that point we would see probably a continuation here, and maybe even hitting that like $14 range. So it might look a little different, but overall this is the projection we have here in the short term, and I think things are tracking pretty good, man, for Amy. still setting up to do some pretty nice moves in the short term. Okay, GameStop. Lovely GameStop here. So GameStop, as we know, is also a stock that tracks AMC. They track the same this sort of like meme stock sector here. You can call it a meme stock sector because they really don't follow fundamentals that much, and they just trade, basically on momentum and hype on the stock. So we do have a potential double bottom developing here on GameStop. Might not come down all the way down to these $16 levels, but we were tracking a couple of different patterns today. The pattern scanner did pull up a lot of accurate ones that basically take this entire 180-day window, almost a year of data, and project spit out a projection based on that. So these patterns were calling for basically a fake out in the coming days, expecting maybe that 1750 range before climbing back up. And same thing with, on this push, even though we're expecting a greater push for AMC, I think GameStop is also going to benefit off of this. We could potentially see that $26 range as it is considered resistance here in the short term. So 26, anything above that, we do have this wick right here. It's a nasty wick. Normally, I treat these as like gaps, like filling gaps. This is a potential range that we can track here for GameStop as resistance, just because it's like it's clearly there. You can see it. It's an ugly wick. Gets rejected very quickly here on the daily chart. So that would be considered the first major level here, apart from this $25 range, and then the second level at 43. So those two major levels to really keep an eye out for pullbacks. But again, with AMC, GameStop, we kind of know the drill here. They do take turns. As far as the percent at which they run is very different on every point of interest for both of them. So it's, for this run, since AMC has been, shorted to very low levels at the $4 range, I think it's going to be a pretty hefty run to the upside. And percentage-wise, I think it's going to beat GameStop on this run. So just, for those looking to, I know there's the AMC community, there's the GameStop community, but they go up together, they go down together, but they don't go up and down together the same ratio, the same way. So they still follow each other, typically similar direction, just not the same ratio. Okay, man. Okay. So trying to make these videos pretty short, pretty straight to the point. Everything's looking good. I will update everyone here tomorrow. We'll probably go live on stream. If you guys want to check out the Discord, there are a lot of other plays that I track as far as the points of interest go. I'll show you a couple right now. We have, let's see. So these are the projections we had a couple of weeks ago. So from the bottom, here's Mara. And I post these on the website. So on the website, these are just the points of interest we track. And then as far as like option plays or crypto, stuff like that, that's based on these. So here's the Mara projection, crosses resistance, currently up 200%. We had the SPY. Obviously, I track SPY every single day. Let's see where SPY is at. Here we go. Here's the setup that we talked about, was basically a very similar setup except inverse to the fake out we had in October. So this one here crosses resistance, right? We're currently trading right above resistance right now, and then potentially going to, once we do hit that 410 range, going to come down and trade sideways for a little bit. And same thing with Apple. So Apple, is a stock in the S&P 500. It's going to track very, very similar to it, because it's a large portion of what the S&P tracks. So we were still bullish on that. You can see here the projection is still tracking to get more upside here. So here's a couple of different plays that we have tracking, all based on the cycle, tracking on the cycle. And there's plenty of more on there. So if you want to check that out, click the link below. Otherwise, like this video, share this video. do all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.